So, while I'm enjoying the wonderful mountain views from the Canary Islands, you should listen up because I'm about to share the list growth loophole. I'm going to show how to add more high quality and paying email subscribers with crazy lifetime values without giveaways, Facebook lead gen ads, or throwing away fat margins. This video is for leading e-commerce brands looking to double their current email audience. And the only thing you need to do is simply watching this video. By the end, you know the simple yet effective way to fuel your backend with qualified buyers ready to swipe their credit card again and again to help you scale on cold and increase your exit potential. Now you're probably asking, why should I care in the first place? In theory, if you're watching this type of content, you're usually part of the brand owners / CMOs that at least see some sort of value in your backend. Maybe you have a decent setup done and are looking for ways to fully squeeze everything out and maximize your email revenue, or you're looking to set things up in the ideal way from the get-go. But even if you have absolutely no interest or idea about sign-up rates, pop-up forms, and growing your email list, this video is vital to survive in 2024 and onwards. Why? Because, quite frankly, things have changed. There's no lockdown anymore, the government is not feeding their population stimulus checks, and we all know how Facebook has changed since the iOS 14 update. The golden ages of e-commerce are over. Are there? Are they? For most brands, yes. But what if I told you there are still companies that thrive in the current economic state? They thrive while everyone else is trying to survive. But why? It's simple. And by just watching this video till the very end, you'll get one step closer to seeing the success you know you are capable of. So what do the thriving companies do differently than everything else? Let's call them U 2.0. U 2.0 simply face the truth. Yes, the whole e-commerce situation has changed, but they use that to their advantage. There are only two things that brands, maybe you two, struggle with the most. They struggle with getting customers profitable and keeping them as long as possible. Wow. I know it sounds super basic, but that's pretty much it. And from working with dozens and dozens of brands and taking care of their emails, I've seen firsthand that those two things can easily be adjusted by understanding the following. Converting someone from freezing cold to ready to buy is almost impossible with just one page visit. Don't get me wrong, I know some people can do that, but they are crazy good copywriters and work with heavy direct response video sales letters or product pages a la David Ogilvy. The only issue here is that not every product is suitable for this approach, nor do most brands have the skills or the financial support to try this way of advertising. So what's left? Dabbling around hoping your potential customers all win the lottery simultaneously so they finally have more cash available to purchase your stuff? Definitely not. There must be a way to stand out, build trust, and finally go from bloody red numbers to printing cash like the FAD. The way the U 2.0 brands do it is by acknowledging the fact of the non-linear buying decision. Non-linear buying decision is basically this. This is your potential customer. This is an ad, and this is a retargeting ad, and this is a blog article, and this is an email, and the buying decision is like, I will offer the, and then they buy, and you get the money. Sounds fancy, but they simply focus on building trust in the long run. This can be done through longer form ads, remarketing, social proof on page and off page, or something that is so cheap and boring you probably don't want to spend your time on. I'm speaking about email marketing. So if you take a closer look, you see this part here. Hello, I'm in email. And what's the key foundation of email marketing? Emails. Well, by simply having the most high quality, ready to buy, trusting email subscribers on the list, there's no way you cannot be super profitable while preparing yourself for a big, juicy exit. Wait, emails for a big exit? Yep, and it makes total sense. Your valuation comes down to 12 times your monthly net profit times X, with X being a multiple mainly based on how will this thing run on its own, as in how stable and non-reliant is this thing on you and any other outside factor. So a brand, or you can also call it risk. So a brand which is less reliant the working hours of its owner, a current loophole, or any paid ads channel will therefore be way more valuable. And that's why emails are so important for potential buyers, because you basically own the audience. It's yours. No one can take it away from you. No algorithm update, no Zuckerberg's mood swings, no ad account bans. The potential buyer's risk is totally diversified. So one key goal to become more profitable immediately while increasing the amount you can sell your company comes down to one simple number. How many high quality emails do we have? Or put into a different framing to fool your current and future bank account, how can we get as many of them as possible? The answer? Pop-up forms, which will be the entire purpose of this video and document. I know, super simple. I will go through every little nuance, all the different protocols and things you can test so you can too achieve 6 to 12% and even beyond that sign-up rate like our clients do. But before I'll do that, you're probably asking if this guy is even qualified to talk about this topic. I'm Lucas Bragg, I'm still 24, and while you might have never heard my name before, you probably know the brands I've been working with. Brands like a bunch of brands here, and most of them were open to drop a little video testimonial while working with us. You can go through that. I do not really care, I don't want to. I have this in other videos and on the YouTube channel and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. So it might be worth looking into the guidelines I'm sharing. These are happy brands, I won't cover that. So keep on reading if you want to learn the A to Z technical rundown on how to put things together in Klaviyo, the few simple tweaks you're missing to catapult your to 8 to 12% sign-up rate, the 4 crucial things to avoid doing or else your list is done, the bulletproof A/B test protocol we've ran for dozens and dozens of brands so you can skip the learning curve. Before doing that, we need to face the truth. Emails suck. Not as in they are unprofitable, but as in we need traffic to survive. Like I'm not an ad basher. I'm pro ads. Like we would be nothing without ads, and I'm not gonna tell you, oh, stop running ads just to email. This is pure bullshit. But here's the caveat: most of the people who click your ad will not buy right away. It's not like this. Like, hello, I'm an ad, potential customer, boom, money in the bank. They do not have enough information. They don't have enough money at the moment. Maybe payday is coming soon, and they lack trust. They're not sure if your product is actually good or why you're different from the other 100 plus brands they've seen in the past 35 minutes of doom scrolling. That's why we need to warm them up. You can either do this through running ridiculously high frequencies on your ads or simply by turning a good portion of the traffic you already pay for into email subscribers. We've done that many times over and over, and we found a reliable yet simple process to do that at scale. And I'm about to pull the curtain to manage your expectations properly. This is what you should not expect from this video. This is you right now. You do one A/B test, boom, 8 to 12% sign-up rate, and you're super happy. Here's a more realistic path to the desired goal of 8 to 12% sign-up rate. This is you right now, the pop-up form. You do one A/B test, it's game over. You do the second one, you love it. This one needs investigation, more investigation. You love your life. This needs investigation. This is happy. This is bullshit. You're happy, and boom, you're at 8 to 12% sign-up rate. And here's why optimizing your pop-up form can make such a huge impact. If you go through this and you still doubt the power of emails, sorry, but close this video and I will never ever want to see you again on the channel. Here's why optimizing your pop-up form can make such a huge impact. You right now, 45,000 monthly visitors. What the fuck is that? There doesn't seem to be 45,000 as well. So you right now, you have 45,000 monthly visitors. Your pop-up form optimized has also 45,000 monthly visitors. You have a form conversion rate of 2.5% right now. So therefore you have around 1,125 emails per month. And after 12 months, you have 13,500 more emails. And if you just simply adjust a few A/B tests and you climb up your way to 8.5%, you now have 3,825 new emails per month instead of 1,125, and you have 45,900 emails after 12 months instead of 13,500. Imagine how much additional revenue could generate from the 32K of more emails. Crazy, I know. So let's get started. Instead of immediately jumping into things, you need to look into, I'd much rather go through things you have to avoid at all costs, either because they can ruin your backend, inflate your numbers, take way too long to make an impact, or simply because they are a waste of time. There are only a handful of things that will make the biggest difference and way more options that just distract you. Here are the most common distractions I see after auditing over 50 plus accounts. First one, you're trying to hack your way into having a big list with high quality leads. Mainly this happens through running lead gen ads, doing gigantic giveaways, or even worse, by buying email lists. Rest in peace. Where this all might sound good in theory, all of these simply do more harm than good. I mean, who wouldn't love to spend a few $100 in exchange of valuable email subscribers who buy and stay forever? But in like 99.9% of the cases, I haven't seen any of the mentioned methods work. So please just skip this part of your list growth journey and just focus on getting your pop-up form as converting as possible and get as much high quality traffic as possible at the same time. Second one, you're asking them for their email, their first name, their street address, their neighbor's social security number, and their blood type. I help you skip another 100 hours of testing. Just ask for the email and focus on the offer. Don't overcomplicate it. The less you ask, the more emails you get. Yes, they are good because the traffic you generate had buying intent. No, they will not run away from you because you won't start your next email with, hey, first name, default, there. So simply Simplify your pop-up form and make it easy for people to get the incentive. It's literally the only thing they want. They don't want to stay updated and keep being in the loop and stuff like that. They want the offer right away, and then you have them, and basically they stay on because they love the emails, right? Third one, not testing enough. You won't hit a home running pop-up form in the first draft. You need to test your way through your desired end goal by simply running frequent tests with bigger and smaller changes. Sometimes you tweak the framing of the offer, then you tweak the call to action language, then you tweak the timing, then the visual representation. And let me tell you, most of your tests will have absolutely no impact, or even worse, they will perform worse than before. But that's okay. 3 out of 10 tests will make it worth. That's good enough for now. Now that we've built a decent foundation, we can go over the biggest levers you can pull to avoid the distractions. How to nail the minimal input, maximum output ratio. First one, your offer. Your offer will do the heavy lifting for you. You can go crazy and put in the 50% off discount code and see how you magically turn into a pop-up form expert. But while that might make the email marketer look great, it's complete bullshit. That's why I won't tell you to run this one specific offer and you'll see your sign-up rate skyrocket. You need to sit down, go through your margins and see how some of the following offers might make sense for you and your store and items. After that, you should A/B test things in the next step. So here are a few of the most common ones we've seen most of our success with. A free gift, a buy X get Y. This can be a buy one get one free, or buy one get one 50% off, or buy two get one free, stuff like that. A percentage off, a flat discount off, a mystery offer, a free shipping, maybe a digital product. You have to think about what's possible within your margins, your items, your average order value. For example, the free gift is working amazing for some clients, but it needs to make sense. Maybe a free sample box, maybe free complimentary, some small, low cost of goods sold item. Maybe a slow mover. You get the point. 10% off works always, but 50% works better and might be worth if the sign-up rate equals to a higher increase compared to the 5% profit you're giving up. A flat discount usually works better on higher AOV stores, since giving $15 off sounds more enticing, or at least this is how our brains work, than 10% off if the AOV is $150 or more. All of this needs to be tested and looked into context of profitability, sign-up rate, placed order rate, buying intent. This one thing can literally increase your sign-up rate by at least 100 to 150%, so keep testing and tweaking. Next one is something so common for copywriters, but often overlooked by brands. The framing. After you've A/B tested the shit out of the offers, you need to immediately cycle back to how you're actually presenting it. Sometimes I've seen paragraphs over paragraphs. Hey, put in your email address for 10%, I'm giving you new updates, etc. Join the community kind of thing. Boring, and it's way too long. Most of the time, you've seen immediate spike in sign-up rates by portraying the offer in as little words as possible. Get straight to the point. Unlock 10%. Here's 10% of your order. Enjoy 10% off. That's why this is the first thing we usually adjust when starting to work on a new account. We also want to only collect emails on the pop-up form. No first name, no preferences, no blood type, just emails. Plus, if you want to, you can do SMS on the second step. Less text, less information, higher signups. Down the line, you could also test increasing the relevance to your benefits. So, for example, here's an example for like a gallery kind of thing, like they sell art. Unlock 10% off your first art. Spark your imagination and transform your space with our one-of-a-kind art. Enjoy 10% of your entire first order. This is still like long garish form, I would say, but it worked like a charm. So it outperformed basically everything that we had before without this sentence. So it might be worth testing some framings that you can run, but don't like overdo this. Just like do that, and that's it. Most of the time, you'll end up not using the additional info you're collecting anyway. So I haven't seen anyone actually like work with a birthday or something. Like maybe they have a birthday flow and that's it, or they just use first name as they usually do, and you get the first name usually after they buy anyways, and then anything else is usually checked once every, like a year. So what we see work quite decent is ask the potential subscriber a question to collect more zero-party data so they can qualify for a discount code. It's something pretty much like a micro commitment, which I will cover later as well. But this usually doesn't hurt our sign-up rate too much, and we get a lot of information about our traffic, plus the opportunity to create a dedicated flow that works wonders at scale. So for example, here, you've got 10% off. To claim your discount, tell us where do you sweat the most. So they sell sweat-proof items, and we've seen that, their customer audience, they either sweat under the arms or below the belt, and then we basically adjusted the entire welcome flow based on their specific issue and not some generic, hey, here's a 10% off discount code. This works wonders. Timing. The most common mistakes we see is having the pop-up form on page load. Don't do this rookie mistake. It's just straight into the face, doing more harm on your page conversion rate than anything else. Start with something between 6 to 20 seconds and play around and see how sign-up rate and actual amount of emails end up. Because if you wait like 45 seconds, you get basically almost zero traffic. And if someone signs up, they're almost likely already into their buying decision because it's so late. It's like so high quality traffic. We do not just want people who are already sold and want to save 10%. We want people who aren't fully sold yet, but might buy down the line or buy due to the discount. That's what we are optimizing for. And usually it's something like between 6 to 20 seconds. Let's talk a little bit about the design. Everyone focuses on design, but after doing countless A/B tests, we realized it's not that important. Granted, you can increase your sign-up rate through better designs, but it should rather focus on the visual hierarchy and making things digestible rather than looking beautiful. It also helps if your pop-up stands out a bit. We like to work with PNG files with transparent backgrounds as they stand out from the regular pop-up design everyone knows. But do not overcomplicate the step. Pick your framing, pick your offer, and work on having visual hierarchies that grab attention and direct people to take action within branding color schemes. Offer over framing over design. Framing as simple as possible. Let's talk a little bit about some nuggets, micro commitments. This is a simple hack. It's getting more and more traction, and it's worth testing as the micro commitment. You basically ask them if they want a surprise gift, 10% off, whatever, and they click yes, and only then you tell them to put in their email address. It's a small psychological trick to get someone micro commitment, which makes it easier to commit a bigger ask if they already committed to the smaller ask. Powerful tool that increases the sign-up rate. Hey, do you want access to our labor sale? Yes, I want access. No thanks, I don't like discount codes. Now let's go a little bit about the A/B test protocol you need to follow. So the first one is usually offer and then into copy, into anything else. Go through the different offer options provided earlier and see how it impacts your sign-up rate. I show you how to set it up technically now. So let's jump into the pop-up form. So basically what you need to do to A/B test pop-up form offer specifically, because this is something that not a lot of brands actually know, and I've seen some marketers do that wrong as well. So what you basically want to do is you want to click on sign up form, and I'm just gonna I'm not gonna create a sign up form from scratch. I'm just gonna create one, but not like fully optimized, and just show you like the property setup that we use. So basically what you want to do is you want to click on pop-up form, and then you want to click on create sign up form, and then you just like create a new sign up form. And you just whatever, and then whatever. Don't care. Save and sign up now. Save design. Let's get it. So then you end up here in your pop-up form. I'm not going to adjust the design here. What you're just going to do is you have the test, and then you just create a test, and then you jump into the B version. So you have A version, and then here on the call to action button, you can actually here. So usually it says like source is the profile property. You just do like offer. You just call it offer. And then you just basically create a value, and then you say, okay, this is 10% off. So you create 10% off. And then the B version is same here. You have the profile property offer. It's currently not here because no one went through that, and we do not have these properties. But here we're, for example, testing 50% off. And then you have like one property called offer with the value 10 and 50% off. And then you go into the flow, and then you just click on add it to list, and you can just do the list that you linked with the pop-up form. Let's say in that case it's leads. So someone went into the property leads. Cool. Why is that still not added to list? Leads. Save. Now confirm and save. And then you do a conditional split. When someone is added to your list, and then the conditional split is property. What property is about someone? Dimension is in that case offer, which is not here because, as I said, no one went through that, so it's not here. Let's just pick something. Did I put anything somewhere? Not really. I'm just going to pick something. And then, so here should be offer, because, someone went through that. You need to double check that on your own, so you have that, because it only comes up if you went through, at least one person went through the pop-up form, because then it's actually created. Equals, and then you just collect, for example, 10%. In that case, 10%. And then you click on save. And now we have, okay, this, can we even collect? No. So this will be there then, and then we have offer equals 10%. Yes, here's the 10% flow from the 10% pop-up form, and then you just like the no path is basically the 50% off. So you can even do like A, B, Z, DEFG test and basically do like, hey, offer equals 10%, yes, no. You do another conditional split, which basically then says, let's do another conditional split. You do then one with offer equals 15% off, yes, and then here's the 15% off discount code path, and then maybe you have a 20% off discount code. So you then have 3 offers you are A/B testing on the front end, on the pop-up form. And to be honest, to make it easier for you and your team, you should just have the first email adjusted. You just do one email, and that's it, because usually majority of revenue will be done within the first email anyways. And since if you are testing 3 different offers on the pop-up form, or like 2, you should do enough volume to get something here within like 7 days or something. Cool. So that's basically the A/B test protocol for the offer. Next is definitely the copy. Try longer form versus shorter form. As I said, like this is I would consider this as longer, even though it's still super short. And I know like some people run like paragraphs. But yeah, basically it's just everything heavy around the discount, or maybe heavy around the benefits of the brand. Try playing around with different call to actions. Here I want access. Here is get to 10% off. Here it's basically around whatever property they want. And then here is save 10% now. And then you just basically play around, like, yes, claim my code, claim 10% off, just some stuff here. Here's, for example, a mystery discount. I will go through that in a second. Cool. That's basically the protocol. Like, first start off with the offer, get here down, keep the framing the same, and then you go into framing and see what you can do. This is where the heavy lifting is done. Don't look into anything else if you haven't A/B tested like 5 to 6 different framings of the offer, of the call to action button, of micro commitments and stuff like that. Here's a quick checklist. Clear and precise copy. Just collect the email and SMS on the second step. Timing should be between 6 and 20 seconds. 20 seconds. You want to have a benefit-driven call to action. Never ever mention signing up to a newsletter somewhere. No one wants to sign up for a newsletter. No one, especially not ecom people, like customers. It's the last thing they want to do. They want the discount code. They want like the 10%. They want the pain point to be solved. They do not want to subscribe. So I have a different benefit-driven call to action. And then, properly linked with the list you want. If you are in the US, you want to have double opt-in turned off. The standard is actually on, so double check that. I have a video somewhere on the YouTube channel as well, how to turn off double opt-in. If you're in the EU, you need to have that, unfortunately. And then, as I said, if A/B testing the offer, you want to properly align the welcome flow as I just shown you. Bonus points, as usual, there are some bonus points to collect. I'm just going to drop a few nuggets and explain them a bit on the video, but will not go into much detail here as they're nuanced and should be focused on. You can have an SMS only pop-up form for people that are already signed up for email. If you do volume, this helps. If not, it's just like something super unnecessary. You can have dedicated pop-up forms for dedicated landing pages. For example, you are running an advertorial or something like that, or you are running a dedicated collection offer. You want to have dedicated pop-up forms for those dedicated landing pages, and then you can also create a dedicated flow around that. But that comes with scale and is a total different topic. Next one is pop-ups during promos. I know some people, like most brands, they either, like even most agencies, they either just keep the 10% off discount code, for example, live during promos where the promo is like 30% off, or they just simply like turn it off. What I would rather do is have a dedicated pop-up form re-mentioning the offer that you're currently running, and then basically just say, hey, like, do you want to add access? And like people sign up. Like I had cases where like the sign-up rate was higher than on our 10%, even though it was a site-wide sale. Like no one needed to sign up, but we got like emails, which is great. And then basically there are some third-party apps that you can look into. For example, I love, for example, what are they called? Amped. Amped is really good. And basically some SMS platforms like OneTags, SMS PostScript. You can link a lot of stuff there. But you can also work with Klaviyo only. I wanted to show you some examples of good pop-up forms and also explain why. So here, for example, you've got 10% of your first order. Save it before it's gone. Claim my code. Decline discount code. Decline discount. No one wants to decline a discount. So that's a cool call to action button that is basically wanting, like, forcing people to claim the code. And it's also what is it called, micro commitment It's cool design, like it's clean. Next one, you've got 10%. Share with us what brought you to decide to activate 10% off. So that's basically a way to collect more zero-party data, so you know, and then later in the backend you can use that to your advantage. Most brands will not do that anyways, but even if it's just for the information collection, it's good to understand, like, hey, because sometimes, like, for example, in that case, brands might think, oh, like, we are mainly selling to parents, and then you realize, oh, hell, like, all the people that sign up for the power form, they are actually teacher. Yeah, that's really good. So, zero-party data into, kind of the microcomment thing into the collection of emails. Nottingham, unlike 10% off to claim a discount, share your favorite coffee bean taste profile. This is, for us to better understand the customer. Next one, you've got 10% off to claim a discount. Share what jewelry you're interested in, rings, bracelets, and necklaces. As I said, you can use that to email advantages. You can, work with dedicated browse, abundant checkouts, profiles, campaigns, whatever you want to. You can get creative as much as you want to. Choose a box to uncover your discount. I think that's a cool one because it just, gamifies a lot, and it's kind of a mystery thing, and people think it's like a legit way of the spin wheel. I think I'm a big hater of the spin wheel, and that's kind of a cool way to gamify it and have it not as sketchy as the spin wheel. You've got 15% off to claim it. Tell us what's most important to you in your jewelry: waterproof, non-tarnishing, durable. It's cool. Understanding what's actually the unique selling points that people look into. You've got 10% off. Claim 10% off. No thanks. That's pretty straightforward. Here, cool one with the social proof. It's actually this one, right? That's why I put it in here. I totally forgot about it. I can say another about my Cestine sheets, like fine wine, they get better with time. So if you have like a social proof on the pop-up form, super smart. Lawrence, you've got 10% off to claim your discount. Tell us what kind of arch do you have? High, medium, flat, I'm unsure. Cool to get more data of our customers. You've got 10% off. What do you expect from your skincare products? Click all that apply. Basically helps us to address copy and stuff like that. Want a free travel bag? Claim a free gift with your purchase while inventory lasts. Claim free gift. Skip free stuff. Who the hell likes to skip free stuff? No one. You've got 10% cashback. To claim a cash, what kind of stove top do you have? Cashback is really good. Angle as well, which is way more profitable than actually giving margin up. Yeah, cool stuff. Would you like a free gift? Who doesn't want to have a free gift? Yes, please get a free pair of our Zelly shades which you spend for $75. I don't feel bad drinking them because I don't have to worry about my sugar intake or additives. Social proof angle here as well. Warner, you've got a mystery discount. To reveal it, share the area in which you are seeking support. Energy and vitality, sleep and recovery, mood support, gut and digestion. And that's basically how you can go from 1.8% celebrate to 8%. I've gone through a couple of examples. I've shown you the protocol that we follow, some more insights, how to A/B test the offer, a little bit of, what not to pay attention to. So I hope this video was of value to you. If you want me to actually give you a free audit, including some pop-up improvement suggestions, then click here, click the bio, click somewhere, schedule a call, just have a chat. It's cool. I'm trying to get this video to 30 minutes because I think I can use that as a headline instead of 28 minutes. But I'll just use 28 minutes because that's attention grabbing as well. Peace out. By the way, our audits sometimes exceed 40 minutes, so it might be